Welcome to the after show.
This is the part of the show that I get most excited to do. And Jeff had to leave the room because we chatted about a movie he hasn't seen yet. But we're talking about horror-themed.
Dude, you remember that part at the end of the Joker movie when Bane came in and just murdered everyone?
Yeah, just freaking broke Joker's back.
That was cool.
That was my favorite part. I like that. And then the reveal that that Commissioner Gordon was actually Sub-Zero the whole time.
That was cool. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Sub-Zero.
That's right.
Best part. Sorry we spoiled it for you.
Yeah, they
audience.
crossed over Mortal Kombat with Batman, and it's amazing. No, but we talked about Joker. We talked about it. I actually got a large popcorn at the theater, couldn't eat it all, brought it home, and ate that popcorn into the night.
That's exciting.
I did.
I love popcorn.
It's a true story. Brought it back.
I had Reese's Pieces. I did not eat them all as well.
What do you love to eat on Halloween for candy?
Speaking of
Hold
candy.
on. Before we get into candy, I got to let you guys know because I think it's really funny. But Russ brought home popcorn one time.
One time?
And went to the fridge.
Ew.
And he put it in the fridge.
Why?
He
On
refrigerated
purpose?
the popcorn. I don't know. He wanted to save it, I guess.
Gross.
But he put it in the fridge. And I'm like, I've never seen someone put popcorn in the refrigerator. But you know what he did?
I feel like it would come out when you take it out. I feel like it would just be one brick, one solid lump of popcorn.
You should
bits.
ask him that at some point
should.
on the mic. But don't bring it up because I don't think he listens to the after show.
I don't think Russ pays attention to anything we do.
Yeah, no. Who is Russ?
I don't even know.
Where is he? What's he doing right now?
Where has he been? Why is he always... Yeah.
Should we call him?
We should call him
Let's
live.
call him right now. I'm going to be like, yo, Russ, why did you... Let's ask him. I'll call him right now, actually. But
I eat a lot of popcorn.
what do you do on Halloween? And I'm going to call Russ while we do that.
Wait, hold on. I eat a lot of popcorn. My household eats a lot of popcorn.
You mentioned that you eat a lot of popcorn.
Yes.
This has come up before?
He's brought it up on the show. He's
this
like,
show?
I eat a lot of freaking popcorn, dude.
Popcorn's huge in my household, okay? Yeah. So the fact that it's been refrigerated and I've never tried that is a little surprising, but it doesn't sound right.
I'm calling him right now.
It sounds wrong to refrigerate popcorn.
Yes, it does.
It's either eaten at that moment or it's already in a bag that you can keep later.
Room temperature.
So there was
Yes.
one... Okay.
Let me have John watch the front of the show while I walk away because there's 8 customers here.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
at the store.
Yeah, you're at the store because you're a hard-working comic book dealer.
Hi, Russ.
Totally. It's Wednesday. I got a ton of people picking up stuff right after they got off of work today, and I think everyone got paid yesterday. So awesome.
Okay, so there was this one time where we were recording, and I had the guys here, and I'm like, yo, grab something out of the fridge. And we noticed that you refrigerated your popcorn, and I wanted to ask you about that.
Oh, okay. So I'm refrigerating my popcorn mostly because it doesn't get as stale, and actually because I'm a very salty and sweet guy, I like putting M&Ms into my popcorn, and if I leave the M&Ms out on the counter, the M&Ms will melt. So generally when I come back from a long movie, if I've gotten a large popcorn and I'm only, eating it with myself, if I put M&Ms in there, I'm going to leave it in the fridge because then the M&Ms stay cold.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Mystery solved. Ryan is dying.
You're welcome.
We love you, man. We'll see you soon.
I love you, Russ.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.
That was such a more detailed and reasoned response. I just thought he was going to say oh, I forgot. I put it in the fridge. I made a mistake. But he had a reason.
I've been meaning to bring it up. I just haven't thought about it since he was here because we're always, doing comic stuff, always talking about comic stuff. Now that we got the popcorn stuff out of the way, let's talk about Halloween. Let's talk about Halloween candy and what we do during Halloween.
One of my favorite holidays of the year is
Why?
Halloween.
Do you go crazy? Do you do a haunted house at your place?
You have kids and a family and stuff. So I imagine your house is
What do
popping.
you do? Because Halloween for me is pretty low key.
No, I have a Halloween party every year, okay? And I go all out.
You invited me.
Yeah, you invited me too.
I can't go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it.
I'll tell you here on camera. I can't make it. I had to work graveyard. I'll be asleep.
We will endure.
That's okay.
What do you do
we
at
will
your
miss you.
Halloween party?
So,
is it a
I
haunted
decorate
house, or
every
is it
year.
just ooh, it's kind of nice?
So I used to have this 4-stall horse shed that was 70 years old. I mean, it wasn't in use, and it looked haunted already.
Scary. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm scared already.
It already looked haunted, and for this is my 4th year living there. We took it out this last year, so I don't have it anymore. But every year I added another room plus on this Halloween thing, so I made it scary where you have to go through the stalls and around. I even made one room a blacklight room that I painted all these fun kid characters so kids can go into it and have more of a kid safe area. I have property. I had a haunted trail. I had a garage, just a big garage, and it had shelves. I put in this 2-car garage. I covered every square inch of wall and ceiling in black tarp, okay? And then made a whole lab set with like bubbles and colored liquids.
Sounds like Dexter.
I mean, crazy. Like every year I go all out for Halloween. This year, like no shed, so I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, man, I love this holiday.
Do you scare any kids or anything?
Not yet. My kids are still young. I can't take it to that level yet. Like, you know, my wife and I have had that discussion. It's usually a pretty short discussion. Like, no.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I'm going to get to that point where I'm going to hire freaking actors to act like zombies.
I'm going to
coming through
traumatize my
property.
kids.
You know what's funny? Kind of a random little side story. I'm just curious. Do you have a household where you scare each other?
No.
Right? Like, because there's a thing with like trust. I actually know people who have been in relationships before where it was like a problem that their significant other liked to scare them for fun, and it turned into a problem in their relationship.
Terrifying.
Yeah, because it's like
You
you're
never know.
constantly on edge. You don't know, but it's just a thing that happens. So I'm just curious. Like, you know, we're talking about scaring kids, scaring people, but like you're a household that's no scare.
I've done that early, and I know they don't like it, so I don't continue to push that.
Yeah.
So we just don't do that.
Yeah, I had that like small bit of trust lost at some point in my life, and I realized, oh, it's just not worth it. Like to be the guy that scares
However,
someone.
siblings. My brother, when we were growing up, I had one of these. It was kind of like a doll. It was like a My Buddy doll or something. It was almost like a Chucky doll,
Okay.
but not quite. Similar. It was creepy. When we were probably like, he's 2 years younger than me, so it was probably like 11 and 9 or somewhere around that age. I was sleeping in my room, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and he told me later that he had done this, but I woke up and I saw that doll sitting right in front of my door, so I couldn't leave the room, and there was a knife in his hand.
There's a knife in his hand?
My brother taped a knife into the doll's hand and left it in the room just to prank me.
Whoa.
And I woke up in the middle of the night and saw the doll sitting there with a knife, and I lost it. So that was fun.
Were you really scared?
Oh, of course I was. It's okay when you're brothers, though. I think when you're siblings, it's cool to do that stuff. But I think if you're like husband and wife or boyfriend girlfriend kind of thing, it's questionable. You can get in trouble for that. But for brothers, that gets a pass.
Truth.
Halloween, baby.
Halloween, spooky stuff happens, and we read some horror comic books. We watch horror movies. This time of month, I'm going through my Rolodex. I've already watched The Thing. I got Black Christmas on deck.
Ooh, which one? The old one, the real one.
Dude, the real one.
Okay,
the
good.
original one.
It's on
Oh my
YouTube, by
gosh.
the way, for free if anybody wants to watch it.
Dude, have you watched Black Christmas?
I haven't.
It is.
Dude.
I think so.
You watch it twice
Worth
a year.
watching.
You watch it Halloween and you watch it Christmas.
Yes.
It's that good.
Honestly, Halloween season is the time of year that I get a pass for constantly liking scary things all year round, and also constantly eating candy all year round. It's like, it's okay, it's Halloween.
Gummies. Give me more gummies.
I'm allowed to eat all these gummy snacks and watch scary movies all day because that's what happens.
So during this time, I like to go through The Crow. It's always a good read throughout this time of year.
Still haven't read it.
Yeah, I still haven't read it.
Nope, I have your copy too.
You still have my copy.
I
You
have
still
your
haven't read
trade.
it.
I don't even know where it is.
Have you seen the movie at least?
Nope. I have no Crow. Moving on.
I
What
start
else do
going-
you like to do?
I just went through 30 Days a Night, of course. I like to go through that like at least once a year. Shut up, Ben Templesmith. We also go through what else? Hellboy is definitely something I like to
course.
read like often in October. I just went through The Fury again. It's a short 3-issue series, but I like that little run.
It's recent, right? Am
That's actually like the last storyline before he goes to hell.
Hell, okay.
That's right. So it's a short one. He dies in issue 3.
Spoilers.
Which is it's a fun read. And then movies, like Halloween, I start cycling through
Obviously.
that. I'm still going through Buffy. Like I just
course.
finished season 2 last night. So going through season 3, and that's when it starts picking up. Like this show is so damn good.
Never saw that either.
You got so much to do. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it religiously when it came out, but I gotta maybe see it again. For me, I used to watch all that stuff. I really did, man. I was a huge horror guy. I had a huge horror VHS collection back in the day, but now it's just kind of, I don't know. Ever since I had kids, man, I just don't watch that horror stuff like I used to. And trying to a little bit again, but man, I kind of, like I said, I used to binge like Halloween's the entire thing on, just straight. And my favorites used to be like Nightmare on Elm Street. I think was 1 and 3 for me. Like I was never a big slasher guy. Like that never creeped me out. The movies that always got me were like Possessions and Haunted House. Yet Freddy Krueger, that one always creeped me out.
That's interesting because I'm the exact opposite. Like ghosts and Freddy Krueger type stuff, that doesn't get me because that's not real in a way. But like somebody like Michael Myers or some guy just walking up to you and stabbing you is like way creepier to me because that's real.
I rewatched the Rob Zombie Halloween 1, and I really like that movie. I think he did a really good job redoing the Halloween 1
Sure.
movie. However, the one thing I realized that I enjoyed most about that movie is that point exactly, that it's just a random person that just entered the house. I want to remind everyone, Laurie Strode, who is the sister of Michael Myers, that was only added into the canon of the Halloween franchise, starting with Halloween 2.
5? Okay, it's 2.
You find out
Okay.
right in the beginning, they're like, oh, this is Michael Myers' sister.
Gotcha.
But that wasn't in the movie, in the first movie. So according to John Carpenter and anyone who's a fan of this franchise, you look at Halloween 1 separate. This was a random occurrence of terror and horror from some no-named person who just wanted to do it. And that's what makes that movie terrifying, especially since he doesn't say anything and he's just there with a knife.
It's there's just a level of creepiness with that one that's just with the music and the pacing of that movie. And
My favorite horror movie.
Is it Halloween 1 is?
Mm-hmm.
That's your favorite. Okay. It's
yeah.
good. It's definitely good. I like it. But yeah, I remember like being in the kitchen
Yeah.
when he's just standing there and looking at the body and turning his head and tilting and then like in the back of the car and the music kicks in and he gets the, I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
Watch Halloween if you are listening to this and you have never seen Halloween.
The original.
1977, I think. 78.
There's a bunch of them, you know? You can watch a bunch of different Halloween
The one from
versions,
last year wasn't even that bad, I thought. I recently watched that
that's
remake.
the remake of number 2.
Sure.
Yes.
Texas Chainsaw, the first one, still
Holds
pretty
up.
creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Brian Pulido actually did a bunch of horror comics, like the movie adaptations that are all really spot on. I really enjoy those. And they're actually worth picking up if you ever find them for cheap in collections.
That's a nice little pro tip. I wouldn't have thought those would be good.
No, for real.
I'm
That
jaded.
dude knows his horror, and he really respected the canon in the franchise. It's close to the real thing as you can get in comic form.
That's awesome.
Definitely. So other horror things that I enjoyed this month, The Walking Dead. I'm started rereading that again. Now that it's over, I'm like, oh, screw it. Like now I know there's an ending to it.
Yeah.
And I just want to read it, especially through 100. Like I want to get that first one through maybe 100 or so. You know, really the idea that Robert Kirkman originally had. Like this is pretty much the whole story. So
If I was ever going to reread that, I would have to start at the prison and keep going. Because that's every time I try and restart Walking Dead, that's where it loses me. Because that's the best part. And then it keeps going after that. And that's when I give up.
loses his hand immediately. Man, I love that. I love reading that while eating sushi in Woodinville, that little sushi connection place. I used to go. You lived at right. You are frequent of that sushi place. I would go there with my compendium, and they would open up the end of the sushi line for me and get the belt rolling from a part of the sushi belt that wasn't on, just so I can be away from everybody and the kids. Because I would go in there and read comics so often. I would go through Walking Dead there. That's where I found my love for smoked squid.
Smoked squid. I haven't had that there.
Dude, smoked
Gross.
squid's so good.
That sounds
man.
so gross.
It's like one of my favorite
That
foods.
whole experience, Walking Dead and smoked squid, like double pass.
It's good.
I'm gonna have to try that over there. I mean, I haven't really paid attention for that, but I know the people there are awesome. So I'm not surprised that they give you your own little section to read your comics.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, this dude's here. Because I would always go there around the time I would work. So I'd either be getting off of work or going to work. So I'd always be in a suit or something. I don't know. That's what I did.
Bank talk.
All right, comic fam, have a good Halloween. We'll probably have a podcast out really close to Halloween next week, Sunday. If we don't talk to you until then, be safe out there. Enjoy some horror movies, horror comics.
Stay spooky.
Exactly. Oh, here, Ryan, let me give you some. Do it again.
Spooky.
And
That was good.
always just geek responsibly. See you, comic fam.